You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, or brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one.
All right. I am Praise Mark Polo, and this is Family Morning. It's a fresh day. Coming up today, we are going to have a very special guest that is going to be with me. So he is going to be my special co-host for today. Today is a special Friday, and of course, we are going to have our inspirational quote of the day that keeps you motivated for the rest of the day. And of course, today in history, with our historical events that happened today in history, and of course inventions and innovations and info minutes. But that is going to happen with a special guest. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So like I said, today I have a special co-host. So is the one and only. I'm sure some of you may know him, some of you may have heard of him. So he's the one and only, my boss, my CEO, the visionary behind Family Network and Family Global. We are talking about the boss and president of Family TV, Dr. Michael Griffiths. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, please, it's an honor to have you. It's an honor to have you. So, I mean, today, Doc is going to be my guest co-host, and he's going to help me throughout the show, as you already know. So, I mean, we are going straight into it, to our inspirational quote of the day.
Beautiful.
So, our inspirational quote of the day is, however long the night, the dawn will break. So, this is from our northern people. Yes, so the Hausa people. So
Are you able to say it in Hausa?
No, not even a chance.
I wish you had learned that, so you could have said it in Hausa. That would have made sense. So maybe if you're watching us and you're an Hausa person, you can go and post how you say this at Family Morning GH across social media, and we can share with everybody how this is an Hausa proverb.
That's right. So I mean, what do you understand by it, Doc? The proverb,
say
or
it
the
again.
saying, however long the night, the dawn will break.
It's true, because even biblically, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So no matter how long the night, there's always a morning at the end of the night.
Yeah, there's always
light.
Yeah, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, so this is just to encourage you out there, to give you hope. Those who might be going through something, you are going through some tough times, you are going through some, hard times, and you just don't know how to hold on. Just know that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how dark it may be. Even if the light is as little as a torch, just know that as you get closer, it gets bigger. So just be motivated and stay strong. Stay strong.
And a few years ago, there was an experiment that was done with mice.
Oh, okay.
They put them in a glass vessel of some kind, and they painted it all black or covered it all black.
Wow.
It was like a tunnel kind of a thing.
Right.
And then they left a pinhole in the black thing that coated the container in which they were. And they covered it, but as soon as they removed that thing that was covering the light, the little pinhole light, you realize that all of it, and they were in water, all of them were swimming towards the light.
The light.
They all started swimming towards the light. It's an amazing thing, which means that we're all attracted to light. But no matter how hard things are, in any situation, there's always a day coming. There's no night that lasts forever.
Exactly.
The day will come, no matter how stormy it may be. You're on the sea, you are in some life situation. We've been through a whole lot. And we are still here because the morning breaks and then you have hope in the morning.
That's right. That's right. So true. So true. So this is words from our very own doc. As you can see, Family TV. Even our doc is so informed. That's why we like to, inform you about everything and educate you. Now, we'll be traveling back in time. It's time for Today in History, and we'll be traveling back in time to today in history. And today is a very interesting one. So today, in 1975, so that's Stevie Wonder signs a 7-year, 7-album with a $13 million advance contract with Motown Records.
Wow, Stevie Wonder. That's one of my favorites. As a pianist, he's one of the people that I used to listen to all the time. Happy birthday to you. That's the Family TV. But Stevie Wonder is an amazing person. The thing I like about Stevie is that he's so humble.
That's right.
I got to meet Stevie in Ghana a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yes, because my friend, sister Akosua Buzia, Abda and Akosua Buzia, they had brought him here for, I think they were launching a library project for children in Ghana. So they had a concert, and Stevie was here.
Okay.
Oh man, he was in his beautiful traditional Ghanaian thing, and he loves Ghana, and he was he's a fun guy.
Wow.
And you're talking about all the way in 1975. I was very young. I was born, but I was a child. And $30 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And the guy is still humble.
It's
amazing. And he's one person that he's outlasted many people. Many musicians have come, many people have gone. Even Michael Jackson. He's older than Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but
he's still there. And I had a story. I don't know how true that is though. But there's been a story that has gone around that one time they realized that they could actually give him back his sight.
Wow.
He could see again, and he refused.
Wow.
Saying that so far, what I've heard, is bad enough, and I don't want to see it.
Don't want to see
now, I'm not so sure how true that is because I've not asked Stevie himself. I would actually want an interview with Stevie to ask him whether that is true or not. But if that is true, then that is really noble. He says, let me just stay blind. I'd rather not see the evils of the world. That's powerful.
That's a very powerful thing.
30 million is a lot lot of money, even in today. But in 1975, you can take the inflation, do the calculation.
That's even way more.
That's a lot of money.
That's even way more.
That's a lot of money,
man.
Even, wow.
And I mean, even from what you said, even though you are not too sure about the how true it is, I feel like this can be, it's so linked with our inspirational quote of the day, where this is someone who I'm sure when the sight, not having sight and not being able to do other things that other people could do with their sight, he still had that hope. He and that's the beautiful thing. He could still see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Even though he couldn't physically see.
Yes, because his blindness didn't stop him.
Exactly.
So in other words, if you're in the dark, don't let your blindness stop you.
Exactly.
There's still light even in the middle of the darkness.
Yeah.
It will come.
Yeah. And that's so true. And I mean, Stevie Wonder, we appreciate you, we celebrate you. And I mean, listen, I'm sure there are so many musicians that want to have that kind of contract.
Oh, wow. 30 million for Sheikh Adash.
We receive it.
I don't want to start talking about what we would do with $30 million, even for Family Network.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah. So another interesting historical event that happened which was in 2012. I'm sure some of our young folks there, millennials, will know. So the Jamaican sprint superstar Usain Bolt wins the 100-meter at the London Olympics in breaking 9.63 seconds.
What?
And that was world record. He set the world record.
I remember that Usain the Bolts, but I remember that race like yesterday. I mean, when he took off, you could see that there was no doubt
he will win.
There was no doubt that he was no doubt that he was going to win.
Yeah.
You knew that the rest were no competition for Usain.
Exactly.
And then I love his celebration. Oh, the Bolts. It's
yeah, I mean, Usain Bolt,
it's fun.
He's a character. I mean, one thing I admire about the way he runs is he just takes his time. It's like he's jogging. You can see the ease by which
he does it with no stress.
Yeah, like no stress. Like
he's poised to win.
Like
just like that.
You understand? I mean, I remember watching a race where I don't know whether it was like he was taunting his opponent, but like you could see that he was jogging. The guy was struggling to catch up, and he just kept looking at him, and he wasn't even looking in front of him. He was like he was jogging, and I was like, what? Like,
yeah, it's more like, hey, you can't catch me.
You can't, like, you know,
you can't catch me.
And I mean, he's an amazing athlete, and you can see he has put in the work. He has put in the work. He has put in the work.
That's no doubt, because every time they talk to him, he tells you that he works for this.
Yeah.
He works for it. He worked years for it. It didn't take overnight. So many of us who want to be great at this. Oh, how about the Ghanaian Amoa and them? They've done so well. I mean, this is like for so many years we haven't had athletes that are doing. Ghana hasn't had anything close to. We didn't even get an iron medal.
Yeah.
So, but now we have somebody who's getting gold for us. They're getting silver and so on and so forth. So I'm really. Did he get silver? I think it was a bronze or something. It was a third.
But they also we also had a couple of athletes that also went for the what do you call it? I think the baton race.
They also did very well.
They also did very well, and I mean it was just good to see that Ghana is exploring other sports and are getting better at them, and it's not just soccer. That soccer has reigns and they've broken our hearts now.
I mean, the other day we talked about the baseball.
The baseball.
No, but there are many Ghanaians that are doing so well in other sports disciplines, like Emmanuel Bentil, Benjamin Bentil, sorry. Benjamin, we are Bentils.
Yeah.
So that's a relative.
Yeah.
We have sports in our blood. Benjamin Bentil is in the NBA.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you can actually Google him now. You see Benjamin Bentil from Ghana does so well.
Wow.
And he's done so much of basketball in Ghana. Many of you don't know. He's the reason why basketball is coming back. And
it's coming back.
I wish I was young, when I was in school in Aquinas. Baby, we were there, those days we were playing basketball.
Wow.
Nowadays I can still try.
You can still try. You can still shoot some hoops.
Oh, a little.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Also, we also have, I mean, this was quite recent, but I mean, it happened today in history. This was just last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we all know that's Lionel Messi.
Yes.
So the Barcelona champion who now left. So the story is actually he confirming that he's leaving, the club because of the whole regulations and the payment, the whole issue that came with him leaving the club, and all of that happened today in history.
Today in history. Okay.
Yeah. So Messi.
That's not nice. That's not a happy tone at all.
I know, but I mean, but he's doing well now in PSG.
Oh, he's in PSG now.
Yeah, he's in PSG now. I mean, you should have seen. I don't know if you watched it, but it went viral when he landed in France. People said
was like
he was more than a president. Like they actually came. Like people came just to watch
him arrive.
Just to watch him arrive. And it was like when the Queen comes and everyone, it was as serious and it was amazing. I was like, wow. And that shows you that we can be And it's funny now because yesterday we spoke about it, you being a king. Like you can be a king in your own right, in your own field.
Yes, no, everybody is a royal.
Yeah.
Everybody is a royal, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, be the best in what you do.
Yeah.
You may not be in the limelight like Lionel Messi, but you can impact lives.
That's right.
For me, it's not even about being famous or being a celebrity. What is important is how many lives have you impacted? And that's the whole thing about this. Because for instance, there are many people that have done so many good things for us, and we don't know about them. We didn't hear about them, but it's after they die, then you begin to hear the kind of impact they had on many. And that is what we want for us, everybody.
Exactly. That's that. And listen, I mean, this I can't say this one. If I add anything to what he has said, I'll spoil it. What he has said is the final thing. So you can also get interactive with us. Share what you think about these historical events that happen on our social media platforms at Family Morning GH, Family Morning GH on all social media platforms, and also at Family Social GH. And YouTube is FamilyTube GH. If you are already watching us on YouTube, then just like, comment, and subscribe. And also share, if you may. Yes.
Yeah, and Family Morning, it's a fresh day, is brought to you by Accra City Hotel, Family Depot, Family Expo, Family Kicks. See, my sneakers here is this beautiful Nike.
You're looking good in them.
What is this one called? Nike what? I'm growing, so I'm not keeping.
I think these are Air Force or Jordans.
These are Air Force or Jordans. Well, you see my Air Force, I think they are.
Yeah, I think they are Air Force.
So yes, they are Air. So these are Jordan Airs. You can come to Family Kicks. You can talk to us, and we've got beautiful shoes for your children.
Exactly.
From Grandpa, you see me. I am still in Nikes, looking sharp. All these gear you see here, Urban Cognitive provided them for us. So be a part of this.
Yeah. So we'll be back after this commercial break.
You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come, let me love you, let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter, let me die in your arms. Let me lay down beside you. Let me always be with you. Come, let me love you. Come, love me again.
Welcome back to Family Morning. It's a fresh day.
Yes, and I mean, such a professional. Yeah, so I mean, now it's time for us to talk about inventions and innovations. And the interesting thing is, today is a very special invention and innovation that you are actually enjoying every morning, which is Family TV and Family Morning, which was invented, and I mean the idea and everything came from our very own president and CEO, Dr. Michael Griffith. So I mean today he'll be telling us about the journey, the story, and finally the family. So Doc, please, would you just share with us?
So yes, I just want to begin with the quote on our website, which is www.familytvghana.com. And if you go there, you see there's a quote from the former president of South Africa, the late Nelson Mandela. He's actually one of my all-time role models. He says this: from experience, I have found that a family photo is everything in prison, and you must have it right from the beginning.
Wow.
From experience, I have found that a family photo is everything in prison, and you must have it right from the beginning. Nelson Mandela, President of South Africa, 1994 to 1999.
Wow. Wow. That's
deep.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yes. So the journey for Family TV began with a vision. And this vision has been more than 8 years actually in the making. Actually about 21 years or so, 22 years.
Wow.
I had a little experience with Disney in the early days. So I realized that there was no media for children or the family. There's no safe media in the country. Everybody was more doing mainstream for everything else, but not a space in the media for children and the family. So we decided originally to find space in the media, to fight for space in the media for children. So in 2001, we started a company called Media Coleco Kids.
Wow.
I don't know if you heard about it or you were too young.
Coleco. I didn't hear about it, but I know Coleco Kids.
Coleco Kids, yes. Now that was inspired it was inspired by the puppet shows that were on Ghana television back in the day, black and white TV, where there was puppets. You know, they did drama and stuff on Ghana television. So that's what I grew up watching. So we decided that we wanted to call our company Puppet Kids. And the vision was to cover the whole of Africa, because the same problem that existed in Ghana for media space for the family, or especially for children, something that we can all watch together, didn't exist. So we decided that Coleco Kids was going to be what we'll call our company here in Ghana. In America, we call it Puppet Kids, or we registered it as Puppet Kids. In Ghana, we called it Coleco Kids. We wanted to find out what they call Coleco or puppets in Nigeria, and when we go there, then we add the kids to it. So that's what we were doing now. And so we did various programs. We went to different schools and started activating clubs. So we activated the clubs. We started drama programs. And I remember our first TV program at the time we produced for Cowbell. That's not free adverts now. Maybe when I called it, you come and support us again. So it was called the Cowbell Christmas Show. Which for the first time we had their mascot, Malcow, with Santa Claus on stage. And in fact, I was Santa Claus.
Oh, wow.
And it was live on GTV, it was live on TV3, and it was also live on Metro TV in the year 2001, December. After that, we were called by the Ministry of Education to produce an HIV/AIDS campaign called Lighting the Flame of Hope, which was a big event. Then it was the Honorable Miss Christine Churcher, who was Minister for basic schools, secondary and basic schools, I think. So we did that. We had flown in a person that lived with HIV from the United States of America, because then there were no people here that wanted to openly talk about it. So we brought this young girl called Haidia. Haidia Broadbent was a young girl that was born with HIV. So we had a campaign. It was on Valentine's Day, the following year, which is 2002. We had a big concert. We flew in a Ghanaian, British-born Ghanaian artist called Freddie Kofi. Freddie Kofi is a very interesting character. His father, he had a great history with Ghana. His father was a boxing champion in Ghana during the Gold Coast time. But they had moved to Nottingham in England. So he came here with his band, and they We had different groups. I had my group of young children. Then we wrote songs and we did a campaign. It was a very successful HIV/AIDS campaign. And so that was our beginning. And then we did what we call the march, a million march for children. Very huge march across Accra for children's rights in the media. That's how we launched our career.
Wow.
All the way then in Media Koliko Kids. And then I started to bring in international children's shows. But then we didn't have our own TV channel. So what we did was that we just did syndication. We bought airtime on the channel, especially I think we did TV3 at the time. We brought in Barney and Friends. So then that was also sponsored by Nestle. So come back to us, Nestle. We're giving you free adverts. It was Chocomilo Fan Blast. We call it Chocomilo Fan Blast. We had, my children were in the Wesley, Norman, Lucas were presenting those shows. But the Barney show especially was presented by a young Liberian girl called Raquel White. Now, Raquel White went on to do so well. In fact, she graduated summa cum laude from Howard University. In fact, I was with her this year, and where she put together a number of rich graduates for me to talk to them. It was a great honor for me. So Raquel will have her little Barney every Saturday morning. It was very fine. For the first time, Barney, the dinosaur, was in Ghana. We brought it Sesame Street, Robert Dabbers. So we had like 2 hours twice a week. That's all we had. And that was how we started going in there. As a matter of fact, one of the things we started, the current talented kids that they are doing on TV3 was something that I wrote. And we went away for a bit for a vacation. When I came, then I think there was some transition that happened. So it was Ghana. It was supposed to be called Ghana's Most Talented Kids. But then they went on to do it, and then we moved on. So it was something that we created for you to know. That has become very popular. So we started activating the children's scene on the media. I mean, there were predecessors like Mrs. Moses or Miss Moses way back in the day. She did children's program on TV. Those things were dead. There was Mami Dokunu who had done By the Fireside. There was nothing on TV for children. So if you didn't have paid TV, you couldn't watch anything. So we brought in some cartoons, at least for a few hours, and then we had put the face of Ghanaian children for the first time as presenters in the links. So that's what we did, and I'm so grateful for the support we got from Nestle and from Unilever, Kasapa. And I'm giving you credit today. Kasapa doesn't exist anymore anyway, but I'm giving them credit today because they have been part of a journey. So I can sit here today, even though they are not sponsors on this show, I can still give them credit. You know, my mother told me something that you never forget. If you're a kite, if you're a kite, you should never forget the string that took you to the star, to the skies, to become a star. So we're still grateful for the help they gave us, Unilever, particularly their brands like Blue Band, Annapurna, like Chocomilo and all that. They from Nestle, they really helped us to become who we are today. Yeah, so that's the vision that we have. So the vision was basically to get space in the media for children. And then we went on until 2014. About 2012 there, when the digital channels were coming up. At this point, I forgot a part. We were also running trips with children to Disney World in Orlando, Florida, which has now become family vacation. Our first trip was 20 years ago. Most of the children came from Soul Clinic. Some of them too came from Mertens and so on and so forth. Our first trip, we had about 15 children in collaboration with UNICEF and I think Ministry of Women and Children. So we traveled. Vincent Macaulay, the actor, he was one of the chaperones that went with us, and a couple of other people went. Now, that's 20 years ago. So some of the children who went with us,
they are grown now.
Doctors. Some of them are doctors, lawyers, have engineers, are politicians in America. It's amazing. They went on a trip. We've done so many trips. We have had other trips that took us to the White House, to CNN, Coca-Cola Center. It's been a great excursion for us, which has been part of a journey, and we still do those things today.
Yeah, I think I remember there was a time too I also came, you were doing this auditions for children.
Yes.
Around, was it Max Mats? I think that was about 3 years
That's 5
ago.
years ago.
5 years ago, right?
Yes. So we've done auditions right from the beginning. That is how we every year we did auditions.
Right.
I mean, we used to do it at Aviation House or Aviation Recreation Center. Is it what it's called?
Yeah. Yeah.
We will be there. Many children. It was one of the events. It was like a fun fair. They auditioned, more like a talent show.
Yeah.
So people who auditioned now got to be part of what we're doing. That's how we came up with the clubs.
Wow.
And so on and so forth. Yes.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, this has been an amazing journey and story. And
indeed,
but,
yes.
I mean, I'm sure you had like trying times. You had like times where you felt like, you know what? I mean, let me just end this. Let's because this is it's like it's just too much. I mean, the pressure.
Yes.
I'm sure the backstabbing, and all these things.
Well, I think maybe we'll go for a break. I understand.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll go for a break because it's about time to go for a break. Forgot I'm your co-host. So,
yeah. So
this is my segment.
It's segment.
You're still watching Family Morning. It's a fresh day.
So, I mean, we'll be going for a short break. So you can, I mean, share your comments and stuff on our social media. That's Family Morning GH, and also Family Social GH on all social media platforms. And of course, our YouTube is Family Tube GH. Let us know. I'm sure some of you that know Doc from back in the day would like to, share your experiences. So just share, and I mean, and all of that, and then let's get interactive. So there'll be more, after the break about the family.
Yes. So you're watching Family Morning. It's a fresh day. We will be right back.
I don't know, keep on giving for your kindness. I'm in debt to you for your selflessness, my admiration for everything you've done. You know I'm bound. To thank you for it.
Welcome back. This is Family Morning. It's a fresh day, and we are still here with our CEO, Dr. The president of Family TV, and the visionaire, the how would I say, the man holding the torch and running with us. Yes. I mean, before we left, you were coming to share on the struggles and how you overcame some obstacles and all of that in this journey story.
Yeah, so very interesting story, and it's 20 years, so we can talk about it. Yeah. It's very interesting, and well, the struggles were many indeed, especially with the trip. You all know Ghana and visa issues.
Yeah.
And these were the days where, by the grace of God, we were successful because we did something legitimate.
Yeah.
And we were not about visa; it's about the children. And I was green in the system.
Right.
I didn't know that's how the terrain, people were doing all kinds of things to get visa.
Yeah.
So we had issues where people came to us that the people were their children and they were not their children.
Wow.
Our very first trip was a nightmare, I tell you. Particular person comes with children. We got all our visas and everything. We bought tickets and everything. And they said they were going home to go and change and come. We were supposed to have been about 28 children. We ended up going with only 15. And then we got to the airport. I remember very well that it was the last flight of Swiss out of Ghana that year, 2002. And they were not at the airport. The flight, they said, because we had a lot of group and children, they delayed the flight for another hour for them. They never showed up. So we decided that this is your passports. These are your tickets. PA will hold it. When you get here to the airport, they will organize you again with the airline. Once we flew in with American Airlines to go on the trip. As soon as we got on the plane and we took off, we were okay, they will come. I remember we did a transition in Zurich. We get to Zurich, I called back only in the morning to find out that there was a scene at the airport. That this person actually came screaming at the airport that we have stolen their money and we have run away. Meanwhile, no matter what they were telling them, all the parents were telling them that these are your passports, these are your tickets, this is everything. She wasn't listening. Why? Because they wanted the visas to go to America and run. And that is exactly what they ended up doing. So with all the embarrassment and everything, my PA couldn't, my wife was there, everybody was there, couldn't take the pressure. And then people were standing there, give them their passport, give them their passport. So they gave them their passport. They took the visas, they went to America. They never showed up at our program. We never know where they went. And that was a sad story. And that is why Americans are they won't give visas to us. That's why we're lining up, because we don't tell the truth. You know, people, and then we came to understand that there was a whole racket. People take $7,000 from people. And we were not doing that. Can you imagine how much we charged for our trip at the time? $1,950.
Back then.
10 days in Orlando, Florida to go to the Disney World. If anybody has gone to Disney World, they know how expensive it was. But we had it subsidized. We had a deal with Disney. They cut the thing. The American Airlines gave us a deal. Meanwhile, whilst we were doing that, somebody trying to tarnish our name, and it was trying very hard, and they managed to go. And you know something? Prior to this, we never went for interviews for visas. Everybody, we organized and they went. Sometimes we would go. But then after that, we decided that everybody is on their own. We took the responsibility of collecting visa for any of the trips we did. If you want to go on our trip, you have your own visa. You just go for your own interview. You get your visa, you can travel. We don't want to encourage people migrating illegally, because traveling abroad is not about always you going and staying there. You know, so that was how the struggles were.
Wow.
It was one of the main struggles we had. It was scary. So for 2 years, I even canceled the trip. Yeah, because it was very scary. You know, where people will go and then do that to you. And
well, we thank God that you, even though like you went through this, you still had, you know, the hope. You still had the need to push and keep going. And because of this resilience and consistency, Family TV started. So please tell us about Family TV and I mean the back then, the now, and hopefully the future.
Okay. So the vision for having a dedicated channel to the family was actually what we had right from the beginning, when we had KBN TV on, you know, because KBN TV is Coleco Kids Broadcasting Network TV. So that's the brand we use. So we assume that it's a whole kind of a channel on its own, but it was on TV3, so it was syndication. You know, so on TV3, on GTV, on Metro. At a certain time, it will come up with our own logo, our 3D logo, KBN TV, and then we'll do our shows for 2 hours and we go. Now, when the digital channels started coming up, I think about 2012 or so, we still wanted to go and start doing that. So our goal was to go as Coleco Kids to GBC, who had multiplex. And we said to them that, why don't we team up together and come up with even GBC Family? I was still fighting for the channel. Our goal was to have a channel, whichever way. If somebody owned it, we just wanted to fight for the channel. Fortunately, they say, yeah, why not? We'll give you a channel, but you have to run it yourself. So we even came into Family TV. We were not even prepared. So it's like, wow, this is more than what we expected. We took the opportunity. We raised the money to start. We didn't know how we're going to end tomorrow. We just started. And I remember the very morning we went on air, the 1st of September, 1 a.m. sharp. We had gone on air playing Hillsong. I remember. And it was beautiful. Our logo, everything was so on point. and calls were coming. And then there were not many TV stations like today. And it was quite interesting. And we decided this is what we're going to do consistently. But, we just brought in international shows with the hope that we wanted to do production. But the journey is hard. Television is very expensive. Just to pay for your platform fees and keep going, it's a whole challenge. And a lot of people didn't know when they say, oh, we need you to bring this, we need you to do this. Now, we were even buying shows to air.
Wow.
And an hour can be anything from $500 up.
Wow.
Of any content that you put in there.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of people just go and copy things and put on. We buy, because I was dealing in content already.
Wow.
So I couldn't encourage free download.
Exactly.
So we will buy. Of course, there are many documentaries that are given to you free by producers. There are some movies, some companies that also give us things for free. But for the most part, we were recycling, programs until now. So we as Family TV, our goal is just to make space in TV. Now, remember, we're not just Family TV, because Family TV is only a part of what we do. The company itself was started as Family Network. So Family Network has a TV, Family TV. We have a magazine called Family Times Magazine. We have an online radio, many of you don't know, called Family Radio Online. We have an online shop now called Family Depot, a mall in your pocket. And we have our flagship event, which we do at every anniversary, called Family Expo. Now, Family Expo used to be the ICE Expo, International Children and Education Expo. But we rebranded this year to own the brand as Family Expo. So Family Expo is the international parenting, children, and edutainment trade show, which takes place at every anniversary. Our goal is to create a very big family event every year on our anniversary. We want to go beyond just doing a trade show to looking at, what families are doing, inventions, reunions, all kinds of things, which will begin this year at our anniversary.
Wow.
And the thing is that this is the good news about these 8 years. Our Family TV now is gone global.
Wow.
By our affiliation with Kingdom Talks Media, KTM Media in the United States of America. It's a company owned by Gil and Adina Hodges. They're based in Colorado Springs. They were originally in California, and now they're based in Colorado Springs. And so we are in affiliation. Our goal is to take Family Network across the whole of Africa. So that helps us continue. So we have a place in Uganda now, Kenya. We're planning on going to Rwanda and different places across Africa, Nigeria, and across the whole sub-region of Africa. And that is where Family is going to go. So we're going to be on satellite. That is why now we're doing content like this. And it's going to be more. There's going to be Family Morning Ghana, Family Morning Uganda, Family Morning. So once we go on satellite, you see, according to the time zones, it's going to be 7 a.m. an hour before it's 7 a.m. here. They will have theirs 1 hour, and then we would pick the baton, and it will go on all across. So you can actually watch it on satellite. That's how the programming will be. Meanwhile, in the local, you just have the local one here. And that is what we're doing. It's amazing. There's a lot of things that we're also doing. For instance, our magazine. We're going to create reading programs for children. We're going to sponsor library programs and so on and so forth. So children will learn to read. Even with your gadgets, you can read. And that is why our magazines are free online. If you go online to download, if you go to www.familytvghana.com//times, you can download our magazine. It's beautiful. The story on Obama, different stories on different people that have done well, Africans, different people that are doing well, and so on and so forth.
That's interesting.
Yes.
That's interesting. So, Doc, I mean, in all this, you are also a family man. You are also, family man, businessman, a reverend, a man of God, and also, I mean, a president of a whole global it's just how do you manage to just be able to be present at all these places? Because we've been talking about family bonding for some time now, and and you're a family man, so I think you can also give a more practical.
Now, I want to make a correction first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be called a reverend or even a man of God. I am just a servant.
A servant.
A believer in the marketplace. What I explain to people that I am not a religious person.
Right.
I'm a spiritual person.
Right.
And so my life is about family.
Family.
I believe God created family. Mm-hmm. And it's the bedrock of all societies.
That's right.
Without families, we will not exist. In all creation, there's everything you see is about the family.
That's right.
You see the animals is about family. How we sustain, how life is sustained and regenerated on the earth is about family. The family of trees, even. So without the family, there will be no society.
That's right.
I know there are different things coming up in our generation that is wiping out the whole family system.
Right.
All around the world. There's some things you don't talk about because it will be considered as hate speech. But I believe that the family is made up of a male husband or male father and a female wife and mother. That is my picture of the family.
Specific.
I respect all those people who believe any other forms of family, but that is for me the definition of what a family is to start with. A male husband and father and a female wife and mother. And they come together to produce children.
That's right.
Now, every one of us come from family. Our president is Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, whose father was the president before. His mother, they became a family. His grandfather, he is a chief or something like that. And so on and so forth. Everybody comes from a family. Every human being that has been born
comes
from a family. So the family is the root of all human beings right now, as it is. Without the family, nothing, life itself will not go on again. The human race will wipe out. Now, you have to understand that good families will produce good communities, which will go on to produce good villages, good cities, and then good countries, good nations, and a better world.
Exactly.
If we can create solid families, functional families, then the world will be functional. But if our families turn out to be dysfunctional, then our world will be dysfunctional. I tell you that the troubles in the world today is because of the way families are becoming in our day. The worst state of the families in our generation is so sad to talk about. And you cannot overemphasize the importance of raising families that are solid. So this is where our philosophy is based. Good societies, good is based on good families. Exactly. Exactly. So that's where the whole brand of a family is about. Now, having a family is not just being a guy who goes around to procreate. Like our grandfathers, and somebody asked me the other day, we were just having a discussion about polygamy. And I said, I've been married for 26 years.
Wow.
In fact, I was only 26 years when I got married.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
I've been there for 26 years. I have 4 wonderful children.
Wow.
3 lovely boys. Wesley, Lucas, Norman. In fact, Wesley and Norman work with me on Family TV.
Wow.
They are part of my team. And I have a son called Lucas, who's also part of my ministry team as music. My band, Sheikh Kadash. Some of you have been watching it on here. And I have a lovely daughter, my only daughter, the other woman in my life, my side chick. Her name is Ashira, a lovely girl, and I love her to bits. And my whole life is about family. So what I do on Family TV is not just a business. For me, I am just family doing kingdom business. We are a family doing kingdom business. And I'm talking about the kingdom of God, of what He wants humanity to be. It is not a religious thing. It's not at all. It's more of the family, which is God's vision. Because God's vision is not religion, really. You know that. It's about relationships. And that's what we are building. So this vision has come a long way, and we're drawing to the end. So I like to give credit, honor to whom honor. There are people that have made this thing possible. Now, I don't do Family TV alone. I do family TV with my younger brother. His name is also Michael Thompson. The Thompson family, Mr. Kojo Thompson, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, Kojo and Rosemary Thompson. They've been a major part. They were part of it. This vision, because Michael is my partner in this business, and I'm sure you're going to interview him.
Oh, definitely.
In some of the episodes, his journey with us and how we started. He's been a part of this, and they're still a part of this. And so that is how we started. And we want to say thank you to Mr. Kojo Thompson, who's his service to us is invaluable, because he's a counselor, he's a businessman, and a lot of the things, some of the mistakes we were going to make, he told us ahead of time. You know, and from the advice, we have vetted many mistakes. Some of them we didn't listen, and we had to pay a price for it. But we've come 8 years. Also, I'm grateful to the entire Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, especially the Director General, Amin Ibrahim. Sorry, Amin Alasan. I keep calling him Ibrahim. I don't know why. Forgive me, sir. Amin Alasan, who's the current Director General of GBC. Very helpful. You know, there are times when we should go off air because we owe. But because they believe in the vision, they keep us going. And so the journey has been very tough, and we still need support. So as a family TV or family television station, there are things we cannot advertise.
That's right.
Like alcohol. So some of the things that bring most TV stations money, we don't get to advertise. You get what I'm saying? There are things that people have offered us, and we cannot put it. We can only advertise virtue and not vice.
That's right.
So at this point, we want to make an appeal to you out there. If you're a parent, you have children, and you have a business, and you care about their welfare, you have to know that we are what we watch. The principle of beholding and becoming. Or information, something that comes in to form you.
That's right.
So you are what you watch, what you hear. I will encourage parents who have businesses to think about this, to begin to bring us advertising, sponsorships, support as we roll out local programs that will involve your children and our families. We appeal to you to support us, because there's certain things we cannot sell. For instance, if you're selling breakfast products, children's products, like how Family Cakes is supporting this.
Exactly.
If you're a hotel, you're a transportation, you know, maybe Uber, I'm giving free adverts. Or boats, all of you, please bring advertising to us. If you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that has a business, please tell them to sponsor us, to give us business so that this thing can thrive. Otherwise, sometimes we feel like we are we're going to drown or we're going to shut down. We're nearly shutting down. And 8 years is a lot of money, a lot of debts, a lot of struggles, and we need your support out if you're out there.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So, Doc, I mean, we want to thank you for keeping strong and keep pushing, and your resilience, your zeal, and your passion, and we really congratulate you and we really celebrate you here on Family Morning GH. I mean, you've been a blessing, and we thank you so much. And I mean, you can get interactive with us on our social media platforms at Family Morning GH and at Family Social GH, and also on YouTube at Family Tube GH. Our website is also www.familytvghana.com. And I believe that you can get even more information about all the things Doc has spoken about. That's Family Vacation, Family Depot, Family Cakes, you know, and the Family Expo, and also about Family Global. So all that is on our website. So make sure you visit our website and just get all the information. We also want to thank all of our sponsors. I mean, there are some people that, like Doc said, believe in the vision, and they are sponsoring Family Morning right now. So we want to say thank you to Accra City Hotel, Classy Blush. We have Urban Cognitive for the amazing attire, and then also Family Cakes for the shoes and making us feel good. And also, we also have that's Paula's Clothing. Yeah, Paula's Clothing. And we end finally Thai Swag. Thai Swag have been, you know, very...
And I just want to also, the people that I must definitely appreciate, take advantage, Mrs. Macaulay of Soul Clinic International School. Thank you so much for the advice, for the support. Right. They've stood by us for the last 20 years, from the days of Coleco Kids. Wow. With all the challenges, they've stood by us. Many challenges. We thank God for your life, that God will preserve you and your entire school and your family. And if you have children, please take them to Soul Clinic. All my children, they started in Soul Clinic. In fact, my daughter still goes to Soul Clinic. And many of my friends are still in Soul Clinic. So please, be a part of the Soul Clinic family.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then finally, I can't go without saying this. Shout outs to my barber. He does a good job. Listen, if you want to look good for anything at all, he's at ARS Runabout at East Legon. Just go to him, just at the Frames filling station. Yes, and he'll give you a good cut. When you go, just mention my name and you are sorted. Yes, so Doc, thank you once again. And I mean, it's time for us to go, but just know that Family Morning is not leaving your screens anytime soon. Remember, Family Morning, it's a fresh day. I am Praise Macpolo, and I'm here with my special guest,
Michael Griffith.
We'll see you next week.